Refugee, refugee who wrote book with WhatsApp wins top prize. An asylum seeker and journalist detained for years by Australia on an island in the Pacific has been awarded the country's richest literary prize. Refugee, an Iranian Kurd, wrote No Friend But the Mountains, writing from Maina's prison by text message from inside a detention centre. It won the 2019 Victorian Prize for Literature, worth $100,000 Australian dollars, £55,000. Refugee remains on Papua New Guinea's Manus Island and is not allowed to enter Australia. The controversial detention centre in which he was held was closed in late 2017. He, and hundreds of others, have since been moved to alternative accommodation. Australia has a strict policy on any asylum seekers who arrive by boat, vowing that they will never be resettled in Australia, even if found to be genuine refugees. It says its policies are necessary to deter dangerous attempts to reach the country by sea. Alongside the prize for literature, No Friend But the Mountains also won the prize for non-fiction at the Victorian Premier's Literary Awards, worth $25,000. Speaking to the BBC from Manus Island on a night when fellow writers who won awards were celebrating in Melbourne, Refugee said the prizes gave him a very paradoxical feeling. In some ways I am very happy because we are able to get attention to this plight, and many people have become aware of this situation, which is great, but on the other side I feel that I don't have the right to have celebration, because I have many friends with here who are suffering in this place. The first thing for us is to get freedom and get off from this island and start a new life. The book was written in Farsi during a 5-year period in which Refugee was held in the now closed detention center, mostly through WhatsApp messages sent to the translator, Ahmed Tofayan.
Video.
Prison and also he supports my homeland Kurdistan and Kurdish culture, and also it's about Australia.
Stunning work of art and critical theory which evades simple description. Distinctive narrative formations are used, From critical analysis to thick description to poetry to dystopian surrealism, they said. The writing is beautiful and precise, blending literary traditions emanating from across the world, but particularly from within Kurdish practices. The entry guidelines for the Victorian Prize for Literature stipulate that writers must be Australian citizens or permanent residents. However, the Wheeler Centre, which administers the literature awards, accepted the recommendation of its judges and made an exception for Boucheni's book. Australia's refugee policies have been widely covered by the world's press and criticised by the UN and global human rights groups, although some European politicians have praised them. But Boucheni wants readers of his book to understand what he says has been a systematic attempt to strip refugees and asylum seekers of their identity, humanity and individuality. "We are not angels and we are not evil," he said. "We are humans, simple humans, we are innocent people. Days without any plan / lost and disoriented / minds still caught up in the waves of the ocean / searching for peace of mind on new planes / but the prison's planes are like a corridor leading to a fighter's gym / and the smell of warm sweat everywhere is driving everyone insane. 1 month has passed since I was exiled to Mainis. I am a piece of meat thrown into an unknown land, a prison of filth and heat. I dwell among a sea of people with faces stained and shaped by anger, faces scarred with hostility. Every week, 1 or 2 planes land in the island's wreck of an airport and throngs of people disembark. Hours later, they are tossed into the prison among the deafening ruckus of displaced people. Like sheep to a slaughterhouse,